Hello guys, Art-Teeves here. In this video, I'll cover key stages of modeling a stylized rusted robot oven in 3ds Max. Let's get started. I start off by making a chamfered oven that has semi-realistic dimensions. We can adapt them later on, but for now we need some initial proportions. Next I create some selector switches. I make them massive and thick enough to keep the overall stylized look of the model. I want to keep switches separated from other parts of the model to make them rotatable should I ever decide to animate this guy. I only use chamfer, target weld, extrude, scale, and some polygon modeling here. Nothing special. Extrude creates some uneven surfaces here. If you want to flatten them, you can simply switch your coordinate system to local and scale them all down on the chosen axis. I make my first trees here, thus making the model unavailable for subdivision. I am fine with that, but if you want to keep your model subdiv friendly, you will have to pay a lot more attention to topology and also keep it quadrified. Make sure that sides of two intersecting bodies do not lie in the same plane under any circumstances. That may cause Z-fighting in some software. Next I create two decorative elements that are extruded from the oven, chamfered and decorated with horizontal negative extrusions. Remember to set your smoothing groups properly and to highlight hard edges. You can do that as a final stage of modeling or during the process itself, but you will still have to check them later on, as some tools may mess with them. I create some additional topology to avoid creating triangles with extremely sharp edges. The oven itself shall have a thick frame and is created as a detached object. Its inner topology is simple, and some elements may have overlapping UVs later on. Oven hinges are created as separate floating objects. Should you want to create a separate openable door to your oven, you can still use this method to create hinges depending on the style of your game or animation. Support bars may have low amounts of side edges and share overlapping UVs. Since our door is not supposed to open, they'll be barely visible through the glass. The head is created from a box with some extra topology by applying an FFD modifier to it and then using the glorious combination of Propoline tool and automated retopology. First I get the initial rough shape and then decorate it after I'm satisfied with the results of my automated retopology. I remove some unnecessary edge loops here to make room for some thick chamfers. Results of automated retopology are by no means ideal, so you may want to spherify round holes, even up spacing of their vertices, or align them to a desired axis. I also remove their caps before retopologizing them, not to create unnecessary geometry. You can always reduce topology of round objects by collapsing each second edge chosen by dot ring selection, or you can do it manually with target weld. You don't want to give too few sides to big elements, however, as that may ruin their shading. Once again, I am creating trees here, which makes modeling process faster and more convenient for me. Should I want to optimize my model, I'll have to retopologize it and bake it properly. I insert the eye here by creating a sphere that has the same amount of edges as its surroundings, so I can simply attach them and bridge them together. Now I create some elements on top of the robot, nothing special here. To bend a cylinder, I memorize the position of its lowest part and move bend gizmo there, right after I apply the modifier. To add some volume to the pipe, I detach it, add a shell modifier to it, reduce its inner topology, and then attach it back. Side handles are created by probolining some cylinders together. Remember to memorize locations of some rotation points of key cylinders. These fins are supposed to rotate, so I create them as separate objects. The neck is decorated in similar fashion as horizontal frames of the oven itself. I create a corresponding hole for neck in the body of the robot, but don't attach them together, as the head is supposed to rotate. The improvised shoulders are created the same way as gas selector switches. When making spherical shoulders, make sure to memorize coordinates of their rotation points. The rest comes down to some polygon modeling and fixing topology. I make some minimalistic stationary fingers here by using the shell modifier. You don't need automated retopology for simple intersections such as this one. Just make a circle around them and don't go for ideal shapes. Quads with almost equal sides are better than trees, obviously. The wheel is created from a simple cylinder. Its inner parts are bridged together and have their edges chamfered. It seems like I didn't record making frames for the wheel, but there is nothing special about them, and you can see their structure on Sketchfab link provided below. Boots and legs are made by polygon modeling. The crucial point here is to set their rotation points properly and to memorize angles of their rotation. Remember to make different elements thick enough to maintain the overall stylized look of the model. Also, you can use similar decorations on different parts of the model. We don't weld these parts together to give them ability to rotate. I decorate legs the same way we've decorated the neck and horizontal frames of the robot. I make some minor adjustments to the feet here and add a handle to the oven's door. Remember to memorize the rotation point for the wheel and its supports. Finally, I check all smoothing groups and add a glass plane. It shall always be a separate object for shader to work correctly. Thanks for watching, guys. If you got any value from this video, be my guest and subscribe to my channel for more stylized content. And most importantly, have a great day!